Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Simple English Talks. I'm so happy you're here with us today. If you're new to our channel, welcome to the family. And if you've been with us for a while, hey, great to see you again.
Hey there, everyone. Yes, welcome. It's always such a good feeling to see our listeners coming back. I was just thinking this morning, I love Tuesdays because it means a new episode.
Oh, I love that. I actually made myself a big cup of coffee before we started recording. I'm ready. I'm very ready today.
Perfect. Well, today we have a really important topic. In fact, I'd say this is one of the most foundational topics we've ever covered on Simple English Talks.
That's right. Today we're talking about the parts of speech. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, pronouns, adverbs, all of those words you might remember from school.
And here's why this matters. When you understand the parts of speech, you start to see how English sentences are built. It's like understanding the pieces of a puzzle.
Exactly. By the end of today's episode, you'll be able to identify the main parts of speech, understand what job each one does in a sentence, and use them more confidently when you speak and write.
And here's a question for you right now. Which part of speech do you find most confusing? Is it adverbs, pronouns, prepositions? Write your answer in the comments. We really do read them.
Yes, please tell us. And while you're down there, make sure you hit like and subscribe to Simple English Talks so you never miss an episode. It truly helps us so much.
Okay, are you ready? Let's jump in and start building your grammar foundation.
All right, let's start with the two most important parts of speech, nouns and verbs. If you only learn two things today, let it be these two. Every sentence in English needs both of them.
That's so true. Think of it like a car. The noun is the car, it's the thing, and the verb is the engine. It makes the car go. Without both, you're not going anywhere.
I love that. So first, what is a noun? A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Simple formula. Person, place, thing, idea. That's it.
Right, so here's some examples. Teacher, that's a person. Paris, that's a place. Coffee, that's a thing. And happiness, that's an idea. All four of those are nouns.
Oh, and my personal favorites? Dog, pizza, weekend. All nouns, all very important to my life.
Haha, I can tell. Now, here's something important. Nouns can be the subject of a sentence, meaning they do the action. Or they can be the object. They receive the action. So in the sentence, the dog ate the pizza, dog is the subject noun and pizza is the object noun.
So nouns can appear in two places, at the beginning, doing something, or later, receiving something. Can you think of a noun that is important in your daily life? Write it in the comments. Tell us, what's one noun that describes your day today?
Now, let's talk about verbs. A verb is an action word or a state word. Action verbs are things like run, eat, speak, think. State verbs describe a condition like be, have, seem, feel.
So the formula for a basic English sentence is really simple. Noun plus verb. That's it. Dogs run. She thinks. He eats. Subject plus verb. Every English sentence starts from that core.
And verbs change form depending on time, past, present, future. I eat pizza now.
And don't forget, verbs can be negative too. You just add don't or doesn't for present tense. She doesn't eat meat. They don't speak French. It's that easy.
Let's practice right now. Can you make a sentence with a noun and a verb? Something from your life. Maybe my mother cooks or the children play. Pause the video, say it out loud, then press play again.
Wonderful. So to quickly summarize, nouns are people, places, things, and ideas. Verbs are actions and states. Together, they form the skeleton of every English sentence.
Perfect foundation. Now let's add some color to those sentences.
Okay, so we have nouns and verbs. But here's the thing. Plain sentences can be a bit boring, right? The dog ran. Sure, that works. But what kind of dog? How did it run? That's where adjectives and adverbs come in.
Yes, and this is honestly where English starts to feel more expressive and fun. So let's start with adjectives. An adjective describes or modifies a noun. It tells us what kind, which one, or how many.
Exactly. So big, small, beautiful, tired, funny, old, new, these are all adjectives. In English, the adjective almost always comes before the noun. So we say a beautiful city, not a city beautiful.
That's a really important tip. In some languages, the adjective comes after the noun, but in English, we put it before. A cold day, an exciting game, a delicious meal.
Let me give you some real-life examples. I'd say, I had a long, exhausting day. Or, she wore a bright red dress. Or, he has a kind heart. In each case, the adjective is right before the noun it's describing.
Now, here's something interesting. We can also use adjectives after the verb to be. So, the weather is cold. She is tired. That movie was amazing. The adjective comes after is, was, are, or were.
So, two positions for adjectives. Before the noun, a cold drink. After the verb be, the drink is cold. Same information, slightly different structure. Now, here's my question for you. Can you describe where you are right now using 3 adjectives? Like, I'm in a quiet, cozy, small room. Write yours in the comments.
Love it. Now let's talk about adverbs. An adverb modifies a verb, an adjective, or even another adverb. It tells us how, when, where, or how much something happens.
Many adverbs end in ly. Quickly, slowly, carefully, beautifully, loudly. But not all of them. Fast, hard, well, soon, always, never. These are all adverbs too.
Let's compare formal and informal usage here. In formal writing, people often say, he responded swiftly. In everyday conversation, you'd probably say, he answered really fast. Same idea. The adverb just sounds a little different.
Here's a tip. First, if you want to describe how someone does something, use an adverb. She sings beautifully. Second, if you want to describe when, use time adverbs. I'll do it later. She always arrives early. Third, if you want to say how often, use frequency adverbs. I never drink coffee. He usually walks to work.
And here's the big difference between adjectives and adverbs. Adjectives describe nouns. Adverbs describe verbs. So, she's a slow driver. Slow is an adjective describing the noun driver. But she drives slowly. Slowly is an adverb describing the verb drives.
Oh, that's such a common mistake. People mix those up a lot. Write a sentence in the comments using both an adjective and an adverb. Challenge yourself.
Quick recap. Adjectives describe nouns and usually come before them. Adverbs describe verbs and often end in ly. Both of them make your English so much richer and more expressive.
Okay, we've covered nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Now let's look at 3 more parts of speech that you use every single day, often without even thinking about it. Pronouns, prepositions, and conjunctions.
And honestly, once you see how these work, you'll notice them everywhere. They're like the glue that holds sentences together.
Let's start with pronouns. A pronoun replaces a noun. Instead of saying, Maria called Maria's mother, we say, Maria called her mother. Instead of, the book is on the shelf, pick up the book, we say, pick it up. That's a pronoun doing its job. Here's a real-life conversation. Imagine you're talking about a friend. You'd say, she's really funny. I love talking to her. Her laugh is contagious. Have you met her? In those 4 short sentences, she, her, all pronouns replacing your friend's name.
Pronouns make speech flow naturally. Without them, everything sounds robotic and repetitive. Think about that next time you're speaking English. You're probably already using pronouns correctly without realizing it.
Now, prepositions. These are small but powerful words that show relationships between things, usually showing location, time, or direction. Words like in, on, at, by, for, with, to, from, about, between.
And here's the tricky part. English prepositions don't always follow a logical rule. You say, I'm interested in music, not interested about music. You say, I'm good at cooking, not good in cooking. These you really have to learn through exposure and practice.
Here's a tip for politeness. When asking for something, prepositions make a big difference. Can I talk to you sounds natural. Can I talk with you sounds warm and equal, like a conversation between friends. Small word, different feeling.
And finally, conjunctions. These connect words, phrases, and sentences. The most important ones are and, but, or, so, because, although, if, when. Think of them as bridges.
I was tired, but I finished the work. She speaks French and Spanish. He didn't come because he was sick. Each time, the conjunction joins 2 ideas together.
Try this out loud right now. Take 2 simple sentences and connect them with but or because. For example, I love chocolate. I don't eat it every day. Now you try connecting them with but. Go ahead, say it out loud. I love chocolate, but I don't eat it every day. Feel how much more natural that sounds?
Exactly. And write your joined sentence in the comments. Let us see how you connected your 2 ideas.
So, to review this section, pronouns replace nouns and make speech flow. Prepositions show relationships of place, time, and direction. Conjunctions connect ideas. All 3 are used constantly in everyday English.